Howdy everybody, and welcome to Monday, the 3rd of August. We've got our pipe in, finally. Yeah, there's the pit pipe. So today, we're gonna start working on putting it in the trench in the driveway. You'll have to pardon the wind noise. It's another blustery day here in the state of Idaho. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes or move out of the state. Yeah. Okay, here we've got the new blue pit pipe and the ADS, not ABS, but ADS, like Albert Davis Simpson. Anyway, that culvert pipe right there has got to be about 12 inches below grade to protect it, and the blue ADS pipe, as in always dumb and stupid. So yeah, what we're going to need to do is measure up these 45s right here to find out how long of a piece I need right in there. There's the happy finger again. Anyway, we're going to need to measure that to see how far down we need to go and to be in there. Alrighty, I've got my scrap piece of ADS pipe here, and I've put a flap disc sander on the end of the grinder here. And what I'm going to do before I start doing any cutting on this piece to make all the parts for that is I'm going to bevel the edge. Of course, I could cut it to the lengths I need first, but while it's sitting here and I already have this plugged in, I'm going to quickly just bevel the edges of this on the outside just a bit so it'll fit into the fittings a little easier. Okay, right there you can see maybe the beveled edge. It isn't real big, but yeah, there's a little bit of a beveled edge right up here where I was working, and that'll help make that fit into the fittings easier. And I'm going to do that on every single end of this blue ADS pipe where it's going to go into a fitting. Well, this isn't rocket science, and it sure as heck isn't brain surgery, so we're just going to eyeball it and call it close on where we're going to be making the cuts on this, which is right there about where my finger is. Slide that over a bit. And I'm using a recip saw with a 12-inch blade here to cut through that. Yep, just like that. And as long as I'm making 12-inch cuts, I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. 24-inch cuts. Ha! You didn't think I was paying attention to what I was doing, did you? Okay, I'm going to use the back end of the side-by-side here as workbench. First thing we're going to do is put some purple primer on this, because I thoroughly am going to glue these fittings all together on this particular end. On the other end, we're going to do something a little different over there, simply because we have that slipped fitting or gasketed end on the pipe, and what we're going to do there is leave the gasket in place so that if we ever need to take apart this pipe to clean it, that will be the end that will come apart. And I'm going to have that on the downhill side of all of this so that it can come apart there, because that's where all the dirt's going to settle. Okay, we'll smear some of this in here. Now this purple primer is really something you should use when you're working with PVC, as it helps get rid of any of the imperfections of cleaning. The ink that's used on the labels and whatnot doesn't stick well to it, and so forth. So yeah, cleaning these fittings with that purple primer helps, and it also helps the glue to adhere the two pieces of pipe together. Then we'll smear that in there real well, stick it together, and yeah, we're going to start putting all this together today, and hopefully we'll get it buried and some water through it here before too long. Now I will say this, we are missing one fitting as yet, so we aren't going to have water in it until that happens. Give that a slight twist as it goes together, and yeah, that's in all the way, and that fitting is done. Now just a couple more to go. Okay, if you remember back a video or so ago when I first started doing this project, I'd made the comment that it was cheaper for me to go with this ADS pipe over the PVC gated pipe stuff, and that still holds true today, even though I had to buy 6 fittings. Okay, 2 of those fittings were this thing right here, and the reason for that is that blue ADS pipe is measured inside, and the PVC gated pipe that we use, a 6-inch gated pipe, is measured outside. So we have to have this adapter to go from the blue ADS pipe and its fittings down to the 6-inch gated PVC pipe. So yeah, that's what's going to be sticking up out of the ground. That's what you're going to see, is this elbow and this adapter that the gated pipe can slide into. So this is what you'll see sitting above the ground level. Okay, there we go. There is the 6-inch PIP to 6-inch gated pipe adapter attached to a 45-degree elbow with the PIP pipe in between the other elbow, and we're ready to glue on to the long end there. Yeah, just like that. And then there's the happy finger. We'll work on that end of the pipe. Okay, that is the west end of the pipe deal here to go in the trench assembled, other than we are missing the adapter from the 6-inch inside diameter blue PIP to the 6-inch outside diameter gated pipe on this end. We've got it on the other end. And yeah, we're going, well, let's see. I left that piece there a little bit long so that it would slide into this belt end here. This is what they call the belt end. You can kind of see it, maybe, I don't know. It's enlarged, has a rubber gasket in there, so you can slide that in there and make a joint. And the other end, if we walk down here, is all glued together and ready to go. So this part here, there's the happy finger again. That white piece will be what you see sticking up out of the ground, and all the gated pipe will hook into this end. And it is also got a gasket in there, so that gated pipe will slide in and out of that. Again, we're lubing it with a little bit of soap. So this will all slide together pretty easy. The gaskets can be a little stiff and sticky. So, yeah, we'll slide it in there. Yep, just like that. Okay, there's the pipe and the culvert ADS plastic all inserted down into the trench. Now to backfill it and pack it in, and we'll be done there, and then we'll get this other top of the finger get that other fitting on this end here, and we'll be set and ready to roll. Okay, this end, which would be the input end, is a good couple inches up off the ground, but out here a ways the ground actually starts to slope down, so I left it up level with the ground that's to the east of it here, figuring that this area right here underneath it would eventually fill in with other materials and soil. So yeah, that'll be just a hair above ground level when this is all done. Now I have made a comment about having, there's the happy finger, having the coupling, slip coupling right down there on the outbound end or the west end of this pipe. Reason being is so that this section can be removed if need be, dug up and removed to be cleaned out, or the pipe can be cleaned out. What happens is the water will come in that end and drop down that 45-degree angled pipe. Well, that picks up speed, so any particulate matter that is in the water will stay in the water until it hits a point where the water flow slows down and gravity has time to pull the dirt and whatever out of the water or make it settle. Well, that'll be on this end where the pipe slopes uphill here. I'm looking down on it, so it's kind of hard to see it. Hopefully though, the water won't slow down too terrible much. Push come to shove, I can always run a line through it with some little piece of chain on it or something, and with a flow of water wash it out and have it go downstream. But that was the idea of having that gasketed hub coupling on this end down here. So anyway, we've got the whole thing in the trench, and now it's just time to backfill. All right, now the reason thinking for not burying that pipe entirely on this go around is I'm going to get a garden hose out here and soak the soil in until it turns to mud and settles down around that pipe. And do that for a couple of reasons. I want it to settle in and pack, and the easiest way to do that is with some moisture so that that doesn't sink in and cause a low spot in the future. Yeah, so we're gonna throw a little more dirt down there, get a garden hose on it with a sprinkler, water that in, let that settle, and then we'll just keep doing it in layers until this trench is filled back up. Well, it is in. There is the east end, and over here is the west end, and it is all complete other than the blue pip pipe to the white gated pipe fitting on this end. Anyway, yeah, it's all in, and the driveway's graded out. Maybe just a little bit of work with a bow rake or whatever to kind of tune it up, but yeah, it's in. Well, as you go down the driveway, this is your view out down into the fields here. You can see the right there's the west end, and over here's the east end. There's the happy finger again. Get that thing out of here. Anyway, all that's left to do really is build a set of bollards around either end there to keep people from slamming into them with equipment or whatever, and yeah, we're good. Well, as always, I hope you've enjoyed our little video of the projects out here at the farm. We've got the pipe in behind me now going across the driveway, so that little project's done. And next big project coming up is the Fall Vintage Ag Day and Show on October 3rd. So do make plans on being here for that. In the meantime, I've got a lot more little projects coming on that need to be done here at the farm. There's always 1 or 2 more videos in the works every time you see one of these. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates. And as always, don't forget to click on the subscribe button right down there and the little bell icon next to it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment, whatever you'd like on the YouTube channel there. And yeah, stay tuned for more upcoming little episodes of projects around the farm here. Keep in mind, this is a startup. We're going to be doing all this upgrade work this year, and next year, hopefully, we will actually be in some production. So stay tuned for that as well. I'm Farmer Dave, and we'll catch up with you later. Thanks now. Bye-bye.